evening, fellow Toastmasters and my beloved guests.
Good evening.
Welcome to Brunei Speakers Club. My name is Wilson Kong, and I'm Sergeant at Arms for tonight's meeting. Before I start tonight's meeting, I'd like to give a brief introduction about Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a non-profit organization that was founded by Dr. Ralph C. Smithney in 1924. He found this organization simply discover for people to develop their communication and learn their leadership skills. In Brunei Darussalam, we have 4 Toastmaster clubs in total. First is UBD Toastmaster Club, in which their meetings are hosted every Monday evening at UBD. Second, we have Brunei Speakers Club, in which our meetings are hosted every Tuesday evening at Simeon Voltaire. Third, we have our Authors Toastmaster Club, in which their meetings are hosted every Wednesday evening at Pananga Club. Last but not least, we have Brunei Advanced Speakers Club, in which their meetings are hosted every first Friday of the month. Next, I would like to invite everyone to help me to recite the Toastmaster mission, which is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Thank you. In Brunei, in Toastmasters, we have our own educational system in which we call them as pathways. Pathways help the members to work on a specific set of skills they would like to work on. You are free to choose whichever pathways that you would like to pursue once you become a member. For more information about pathways, you can always ask our Vice President of Education, Shannon Nizam, which he's not here tonight, but you can always ask around. Next, I want to lay out some house rules in order for this meeting to go smoothly. First is to please refrain yourself from talking about taboo topics such as sex, politics, and religion, because it's to respect our culture in Brunei. Second, please refrain from going in and out of the meeting room when a speaker is speaking, to respect the speaker in. Third, please turn off your mobile devices or keep silent your mobile devices or any electronic devices as to not disturb the meeting. Last but not least, there's a $5 guest fee and $3 for student guests, and you can pay to me during the break time. And before I move on and pass the time to our Toastmaster of the evening, which is the host, I'd like to invite some of the guests tonight to stand up and introduce themselves and what makes them want to come to Toastmaster meeting tonight. May you invite Zoe?
My name is Zul. I just introduced myself.
Yeah.
My name is Zul Hasbin Adikahan. I'm from BSP. I heard this Brunei Speakers Club from my colleague Chitan from Authors Toastmasters. I'm here because I want to boost my confidence on speak. Thank you.
Okay. I feel so proud when people look up to me as an inspiration. Next, can we invite, is there any more guests tonight? Oh, hi, Brandon.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
My name is Brendan, and I used to be a Toastmasters from UBD and Brunei Advanced Speakers Club. It's been a while, so I hope to learn from everyone this evening. Thank you.
Brandon, it's always good to have you back. Without further ado, I would like to pass the time to our Toastmaster evening, which is the inspirational, the adventurous, and the progress-driven Toastmaster Visionary Communicator Level 2, Wilson Kong. Once again, good evening for the Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, I'm now taking over as the Toastmaster of the evening, which is the host for the first part of the evening. In order for this meeting to run smoothly, I would need a few Toastmasters to take part in every little single thing in the meeting. First, as you can see, there's no name for now. I would like to build up the suspense. And I would like to ask out the first role player, which is the table topic master, which is the shameless, the sensitive, and the adventurous. Toastmaster Lee Eng Song to elaborate on the role itself, table topic master.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Hi, I'm Song, and I'll be your table topic masters for today. So, as a table topic master, I'll be conducting the table topic session, which requires speakers to speak impromptu within a time frame of 1 to 2 minutes on a certain topic that I'll be giving to you. So, this table topic session will challenge the speakers to listen, think, articulate, and express your ideas in a short amount of time. So this is actually a very good learning for everyone, and luckily it is not only open to members but also guests as well. So for guests who is interested later on, I'll be opening the floor for volunteers, so do let me know if you're interested. Okay, so the topic that I'll be giving my questions on will be regarding on self-disclosure. Yes, and I'll look forward to some of you later on. And back to you, Toastmaster.
In Toastmaster, we strive on peer-to-peer learning, which is why Table Topic Master is always paired with the Table Topic Evaluator. May we invite the determined, the driven, and the fun-loving, competent communicator Heidi Rahman to explain the role of Table Topic Evaluator.
Hi, good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests.
Good evening.
Good evening.
More guests coming in, welcome. Hi.
It's okay, it's okay.
Yeah. So just let me explain a little bit about table topic evaluator's role. The table topic evaluator is to give feedback to the table topic speaker who will be standing here to answer Song's questions later. So I will be particularly looking at structure and delivery. So delivery, as you all see, how Song demonstrated herself very animated, how she delivered using hand gesture, looking around, eye contact. These are the things that we look at when it comes to delivering a table topic speech. Structure is how you make yourself easy to understand when you talk about your story. So whether you have a good opening, very catchy opening, or don't forget to also wrap up with a conclusion. For table topic, oftentimes we find that speaker always forget to wrap it up. So always end with a conclusion, or what I mean was, things like that. So we look forward to the table topic session later, but most important of all, I would like everyone who see us standing here later to enjoy yourself and have fun. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Now we have 2 role players. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 more role players. So the next one, we would like to invite the grammarian, which is the ambitious in moderation, but it's very empathic. May we invite Toastmaster Iqbal Ahmad to explain the role of grammarian.
Good evening, everyone. I am Iqbal. Tonight I will be holding the grammarian role, in which I will be identifying grammatical errors throughout the session, and will also be doing corrections later on during the evaluation car. So, sorry. One part of this role involves introduction of word of the day. So as for tonight, the word of right now, right? So as for tonight, the word of the day is tarnish. It has two meanings. The first meaning is to become dull in appearance as of an object, and for the second meaning, to lose in good quality. Okay, for example, the first one, the old coins are tarnished. For the second example, so he his recent business scandal has tarnished his reputation as president. So participants are encouraged to use the word of the day in their speeches. So okay, together we widen our vocabulary. Have a good time. Thank you. Back to Tammy.
Let us not have the environment tarnish our mood tonight. Let's break and have fun tonight. And hi, Amar. So the next role player, we have R counter and who said what. He is the one that will be scolding us on using R's, F's, and I don't want to explain too much. Let her explain. So, may we invite the fear overcomer, the enthusiastic, and the goal-driven Toastmaster, Tawana Harun, to explain the role of R counter and who said what.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Tarwana, but it's very difficult to say Tarwana, as Wilson almost accidentally has called me Thor. So as to not tarnish my reputation and my name, it's Tarwana, but yes, you can call me Thor. Okay. This evening, my position is, my role is as counter and who said what. So it's twofold. The first, the counter, is me just like being overly zealous when looking, she said twice, she said so just now, okay? And like just looking at filler sounds and words that repetitively used to fill up a silence within when you speak. That is the first part. Second is who said what. So this will test your listening skills as much as it will test mine. I will have a few questions at the end of the session just to see whether you've been listening to whatever was said by our speakers this evening. Back to you.
And the next role player is to make sure we go home on time. May we invite the curious, the patient, and the mostly positive Toastmaster Ho Ying Ying.
Hi everyone, so here in Toastmaster we practice condensing our thoughts into words in a specific time frame as to not tarnish the quality of our speeches. So first of all, let me just explain the timing rules. So after the introduction, we will start off with table topic session. So for table topics, time allocated for each table topic would be 2 minutes each. So when I signal green, it would mean that the speaker would have 1 minute left. Yellow meaning the speaker sorry everyone. So yellow meaning you're at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Red means you're at your 2 minute limit. And when you hear the bell ring, everyone just kindly clap for the speaker, and that would be the end of the speaker's table topic session. And for evaluation, there will be 2 different evaluation timings. So there's a 3-minute evaluation. So 3-minute, green would be for the evaluators. For green, you would have 2 minutes left. Yellow, you would have 2 minutes 30 seconds left. And red, you would have 3 minutes left. Then for the other evaluation timing, it's a 4-minute evaluation. So green meaning you've reached 2 minutes, yellow you've reached 3 minutes, and red meaning you've reached the end of you've reached 4 minutes. Wow, okay. And then for the prepared speech for tonight, it will be a 5 to 7 minute speech. So when I signal green, you would be in 5 minutes, yellow 6 minutes, and red meaning you have 7 minutes left. So I'm supposed to provide you all with a tip of the day. So this is a tip that came from Ted. So Ted would like you all to pay attention to the light for tonight. That's the tip. Okay, thank you.
As in Toastmaster, we encourage peer-to-peer learning as well as for the evaluators. We have a general evaluators that will be evaluating on all the evaluators tonight. May we invite the opportunities, the wealth-driven and cute. Oh, sorry, wrong picture. Cute. Presentation Mastery Level 4, Tag G, to explain the role.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
My role as a general evaluator, as explained by Wilson, we are serving in an environment where we are learning from peers, learning from each other. And to ensure that we do not tarnish the good name of Toastmasters, we will need critiques, feedback from fellow Toastmasters so that we are on the right path. For the speakers, the table topic speakers, they each have their own evaluators and role players to tell them where they did well and where they need improvement. But they also need critics themselves. So this is where I come in. I will come in and evaluate the general evaluators and the role players and tell them where they did well and where they can improve further. Think of it in this way. The speakers are students. The role players and evaluators are teachers. And the general evaluator is the head of department. So with that, I'll come back in the third part of the meeting to lead the meeting. And with that, back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
All right, that's all our role players. For the speakers and the speech evaluators, I will introduce later. Next, I would like to pass the floor to our table topic master. Sorry. Before I pass the time to our table topic master, I'd like to show you the agenda for tonight. So we will have table topic for 15 minutes and prepared speech for less than 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes, huh? Less than 10 minutes, huh? Okay. So we will have break for 15 minutes depending on the timing, and we will allocate 40 minutes for the evaluation. Then President will take control. So I would like to share my talk of today, which is friendship begins with simple talks. It blooms to a long deep conversation. Next thing you know, you begin to care so much. The reason why I show these photos tonight is to start the spark in each and every one of you to have a conversation, to have a friendship with each one of us, so we can be a closer friend by the end of the term, or even by the end of the meeting. So, next, I would like to pass the time to our table topic master, which is Toastmaster Loh Eng Song.
Thank you, Wilson. So good evening again, everyone.
Good evening.
So in a community like Toastmasters, we do not only learn from each other, but we also support each other like a friend and a family, right?
Yep.
In order to do that, we need to know each other more than just a surface level. Hence why I come up with the topics of self-disclosure today. Now, for the first speaker, is there any volunteers from the members? If not, I'll start calling names. Amar. Okay, let's welcome Amar. Hi, Amar. So, the first question for you is, what is the most embarrassing moment in your life? What is the most embarrassing moment in your life? Amar.
What is the most embarrassing moment of my life? I thought and thought about it, and I couldn't come up with one. But then again, when I think about it, I have lots. So I can't really pick one specific embarrassing moment of my life, because I have so many embarrassing moments of my life. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
When you have a lot of embarrassing moments in your life, you'd always... Let me start over. In an embarrassing moment, usually when something happens to you, you would feel inferior, you would feel down, and you would feel flustered over the fact that you did something silly, correct? So the reason why I can't really see an embarrassing moment of my life is because every failure that I take, I see it as an opportunity to learn more. And because of that, I don't really see as something as an embarrassing moment of my life. But rather, oh, this happened. I guess I gotta do better next time. Or rather, I guess this is something for me to take into account so that I wouldn't repeat the same mistake, or so that I could turn this mistake into something even better. So yes, I would have to say I might have not many embarrassing moments of my life, but I have lots of embarrassing moments of my life, which I would say counts as a lesson. That would be all from me. Thank you.
Surprisingly inspirational speech from the topic of the most embarrassing moments. Now, I would like to open the floor to guests for the second topic. Any volunteers? You? Brendan? Yeah. Okay. Let's welcome them. Hi, Brendan. So, the question for you is, what is your biggest pet peeve? What is your biggest pet peeve? Brendan.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Biggest pet peeve. I have a lot of pet peeves, but to pinpoint on one that I do a lot, it's probably me. I'm sure some of you do it. It's something quite embarrassing as well, so I'm thinking if I should want to share it or not.
Share it.
But for me, it's whenever I'm nervous or I'm focused, one of my pet peeves is I like to play with the pen and it keeps falling onto the floor. You know, when some people like to spin the pen or anything. I do that at any occasions whenever I see a pen. So I'm trying to not use my pen over this meeting tonight. Thank you. Thank you very much. And eventually, a lot of people say that is annoying. Some people say, well, that's cool. And I was thinking to myself, it is my pet peeve, and a lot of people have a lot of comments to go when I'm doing it. So it's up to how you want to feel, what others think. I feel like it's quite offensive if I do it to people and it might annoy them. But at the end of the day, if I feel like it's something comfortable to me and it doesn't distract others so much, I don't see what's wrong with doing it. Back to you.
Now I know that Brandon loves spinning his pen. Okay. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Can we have our new member to try? No? Yes? Okay. Real life people, who would you date and why? If social media apps were real life people, who would you date and why? Dina.
So the table topic is essentially asking me if an application was a human, which one would I prefer dating? So background story, I'm actually married. So I will reflect on an app that reminds me of my husband.
Oh.
So my husband is someone who, when we met back in university, he was very energetic, he was very lively, and we went out a lot and we were very active. In fact, if we were back in uni, he would probably be here with me right now. But now, after we got married, after we're on our second year of marriage now, he's a little bit more reserved. He's a bit of an introvert, and I didn't know he was a gamer until after we were married, so I'm not surprised when I come home later, he's in front of his computer. So I guess I can say that his active and lively level has sort of, it's downgraded compared to when we were first together, which kind of reminds me, if anybody knows an app back then called Vine.
Oh.
So Vine was the original version of TikTok. Not literally speaking, as in it used to be TikTok, like what we use TikTok for now. And when I think about that app, I remember that when it first came out, it was exhilarating. It was so fun. It was basically a time waster that you don't know what you're doing. You're spending hours just scrolling and spending time with it. And then now, the app, it sort of vanished, but it's there at the back of my head, and it introduced me to a lot of more social media mediums, and it was a time in my life where I'm like, what was going on? That none of those videos made sense. Yeah, but I loved it. Yeah, so that would be the app that I would date. Thank you very much.
Now we know that Dina loves his husband as much as she loves Vine, which is already extinct right now. Okay.
That doesn't mean the love is.
Okay, timer. How many? Do we still have time for one more speaker?
I guess so.
Yes. Okay, I'll take that as a yes then. Okay. So now, would I like invite Billy? If you have $1 million, what will you do? If you have $1 billion, what will you do? Philip.
Wow. It's like a dream come true. It's nice to have $1 billion, you know. I don't know how to spend it.
Give me.
That's what I was thinking. I might give it away.
Yes.
I mean, not all of it. I might give those who need it.
I need it.
You do?
Friend.
You better raise your hand because I might get one soon. Honestly, I do not know how to spend it. I have everything I need, and what more do I want to buy? So I might really end up giving it away to those who need it. So be nice to me. It's true. I'm trying to think, what do I want to do with $1 billion?
Okay, you can give to the 690 million children who don't have food.
Exactly.
The
Exactly.
690 million people no food now.
Exactly. 19 million people without food. I think it's a very nice feeling to make somebody happy. With $1 billion, I think I can make quite a few people happy. But I honestly don't know how to spend it. I'm still thinking.
$1 billion nasi katok. And give it away.
I would agree with you that the best thing is still to give it away.
I disagree.
To the Toastmasters club. Maybe there's a little prize for the best speaker every night. Wow, $1 billion. I would like to help a lot of people. And I know, like the guest said, there are a lot of people in need of money. Money is good, absolutely good. If you don't have it, you know what I mean. And when you need it and it comes, I think that's the best thing in life. The timing. Let's say if you have real need and you're really, really, really short of money, come and see me. Thank you very much.
Thank you to the most generous and kind-hearted man, Philip. Now we know when we don't have money, we know who to look for. Alright, so I would like to wrap up the entire table topic session. So, the first speaker was Amar, who had no embarrassing moments, but still see his embarrassing moments as opportunities. And for Brandon, who have a lot of pet peeves, but one of his biggest pet peeves is spinning his pen. And the third speaker was Dina, who loved her husband, just like she loves buying, addicted to it. And lastly, Philip, the generous man who would like to give out all his money when he has $1 billion. Now you may cast your vote, and I'll go around and pick up the papers. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. I'm sure all of us have a blast when she hosts, right? So much expression. Even I and we. Her. So now we have the table topic session over. I would like to pass the time to our prepared speech. So we have one prepared speech for tonight, which is by Toastmaster Lim and Mei An. But before I pass the time to Toastmaster Lim Mei An, I would like to invite her evaluator to elaborate on what is her project all about for tonight's speech. May we invite the friendly, easygoing, and bubbly Presentation Mastery Level 2, Sharon Lim, to share.
Wilson, good evening everyone.
Good evening.
So tonight we will be attempting her L1P2A speech project. So the purpose of this project is for Nayan to present a speech on any topic that she chooses, to receive feedback, and to apply the feedback on another project, which is L1P2B. Now, for Nayan tonight, I will be focusing on 3 nice areas that I've chosen that I think will hopefully be helpful for her. First one, vocal variety. Did she use tone, speed, and volume in her speech? Interest, how engaging was the speech that Nayan delivering? And structure, is there anything that you could work on to make it even more engaging or easier to follow? And any other points for improvement that I can find? And that is all for me, and I look forward to your speech soon. And back to you, Toastmaster.
So the speech title, my first pet. Yet another pet story. So the synopsis is she wants to talk about her pets again. So it's time to get feedback. So may we invite the introspective, the warm, and the happy Toastmaster Lim Mei An. Toastmaster Lim Mei An. Toastmaster Lim Mei An.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to fellow guests. I'm Toastmasters Mian. I'm standing tonight as a pet owner to share about my first experience raising pets. I adopted my very first pet about 9 months ago. It's very recent, and I'm happy to say I'm now a proud owner of 2 dogs. My first pet, I literally picked her up from a very busy road in Kulap. At that time, she was about 2 months as verified by vet. At that time, I could also just lift her up with one hand. She was only 2.5 kilograms. I may have just picked her up. She was a stray. However, I've always thought back about the days when I lived in England, where dog pets are raised in the house. I was very determined that my stray dog would be raised as a house pet. What does this mean? We all agree that for humans and animals to coexist together, hygiene is very important. This means I need to potty train the dog. However, I have 0 experience with this. Naturally, it was very difficult. But I was very stubborn, and finally, to this day, she knows how to locate the toilet at the far end of the house to do her potty business privately. The size of my, what I would say, very hard work, sleepless nights, was huge. Because we can all agree that hygiene is very important. What else is important? In my opinion, table manners. Table manners in my dog is also very important. She does not rush to her food. I don't have a fear where if I have food in my hands, she would snatch it away. There is no such fear. This is because she has learned to wait. She has to be in a non-excited state. Only when she hears the okay will she zip line to her football. She's hygienic. She has table manners. More adorably, she can entertain us. Tell her to sit, she'll sit. Tell her to go down, she'll go down on all 4 on her belly. I tell her to stand, she will return to a standing pose with the most perfect Urdhva Mukha Savasana. For all those of you who know yoga, this is the upward facing dog. Perfect move. Perfect yoga moves. Tell her to paw, she'll put her paw nicely on your hand. Give her this and she'll give you a high five. Tell her to bow and she'll execute 10 out of 10. The Chaturanga. Another yoga term. Raising her made me feel very accomplished. In addition, my parents are very pleased as well. Ever since I've trained my dog has become a major conversation starter in the family. Now, whenever everyone goes home, everyone asks, "Where's Mew Mew?" Doesn't know my dog. And there has been more laughter in the house from raising her. Earlier on, I've mentioned I have 2 dogs. Now, this dog is as different as night and day to my first dog. My first dog is Mew Mew, my second dog is New New. My first dog is black, and my second dog is white. The black dog is still a puppy. She is very playful and energetic, whereas the white dog is already very old. She has lived in a cage all her life until I make it a point where she will no longer be caged and she will be house trained. She's very slow and docile. From these 2 dogs, I learned something important. Different dogs, different personalities, different preferences. So I learned that I have to adjust myself so that the relationship between me and my dogs is not stifling or obsessive. For example, I like to hug and pet my dogs. I'm forcing my affection on the dog. But Mew Mew hates it. She doesn't enjoy it at all. She will run away from me should she see me attempting to snatch her. So I've learned boundaries and respect for what we think as lower animals. More importantly about my experience which I want to share tonight is that unexpectedly, raising pets has transformed me very slowly inside. I learned that when we treat the dogs very well, for the dogs, we are someone very important. The weight of this was really imposed on me after a while when I observed how the dogs kept following me. When I leave the room, they stand up and walk with me. When I go to the toilet, they actually follow me and wait outside the door. When I come home, they run to me very excitedly. This gets to me on a very emotional level because I'm always so used to being in my own world and my own bubble. I'm going at my pace. But I feel that with my dogs, I am their whole world. The reality of this hitting me is that I hope I would never tarnish their love and trust for me. Ladies and gentlemen, be it whether your pets are dogs, cats, hamster, birds, snakes, I wish you all have the opportunity to take care of pets and to have many years of companionship and happiness with your own pets. With this, back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Her speech made me want to adopt another husky. With that, I would like to ask the timer how many minutes do we have for the break time? Okay.
We have 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, right now we have 10 minutes for the break. Starting now. Thank you, everyone.